How's it going, YouTube? Navysooner. Today, we're going to be going over this rifle right here. Yes, it's my Geissele URGI with Aero Precision lower, but it's set up like a RECCE rifle now, and I'll tell you why. I've obviously changed the setup of this rifle right here. Before, I had an EOTech red dot on it, and now I have changed it up a little bit more. First things first, we are going to go over the front sight here. Yes, it is backwards. No, I don't give a shit. You comment on it in my video down below, you'll just look like an idiot, just like the people that have said it about 30-40 times in my Geissele URGI video. The reason that I changed this rifle up is because it's my get home rifle. It sits in my truck in a case, and if shit were to hit the fan, this is the gun that I'm going to be taking with me to get home. Now, I drive 45 minutes every day for school, and that's why I need a get home gun in case I'm down there and I need to get home. The distances that I'm going to be walking are wide open spaces mostly. There's a little bit of wooded area and it's fairly hilly. Now, this is set up as a RECCE rifle for that reason. Now, I'm not saying this is a clone because it's not, and you technically cannot clone a RECCE rifle unless you see it in a picture from somebody that says it's a RECCE rifle and that they use it in the military. Other than that, RECCE is just a word and a term and a way that people set up their firearms. Before we get into the setup, I want to talk about two things. One, go check out Hoodneck TV. Great guy, I've watched his videos. We're going to be setting up a collaboration video shortly. I've talked to him. It's just when all this stuff goes away, then we will definitely try and set up a video. He's got an Instagram and he's got a channel. I will link those down below, or I might put something up here for his channel. Now I'm going to say, hey, I have Subscribestar and I have Patreon. Still only have 2 subscribers for Patreon and none on Subscribestar, but hey, it's great. They're helping me out. I can buy a box of ammo once a month from them with how much they're giving me. Other than that, it would be greatly appreciated if you like my channel to go and sign up and become a Patreon or Subscribestar member of mine. Let's get into what a RECCE rifle is. Now, I'm going to preface this with saying that I could be wrong. I'm just going over things that I've found on the internet and what I have researched myself on what a RECCE rifle is. If you want to leave a comment down below, you're more than welcome to. It'd be awesome if you're nice about it. Wouldn't be awesome if you're a jerk about it. If you want to be a jerk about your comments, just know that I will put your mother's ashes in my fleshlight before I fuck it. What I have found on the internet, these people could be completely wrong because the RECCE rifle is technically not in the military's arsenal. Let's start with the word RECCE. RECCE is a British term used for reconnaissance. I don't know how it became a term for the SEALs, but I imagine it's the SEALs working with British Special Forces, British Army, SAS, whatnot, and that's how they got the term RECCE into their vocabulary. Navy SEALs are basically do-everything type of guys when it comes to Special Forces. Kick down doors, do reconnaissance, long-range sniping, different things. But they wanted something that they could set up for a longer range rifle rather than a shorter range. And that first started out with the SPR or the Mark 12. There's been different variations of the Mark 12. Most Mark 12s have a 2.5 to 10 range on their scopes, and they are set up for going out to around 600 to 850 yards, the very, very, very max range of the AR-15 and the 5.56 round, usually closer to 600 yards. Some people call the SPR like the light sniper rifle, but what it was for is for places like Afghanistan when there's long distances and they need to shoot out further than what they have their stuff already set up for. The SPR is generally not set up for CQB situations. I have seen them with red dots on them for if they need to get into a situation where there is CQB, they can still use their SPR. Now the SEALs really wanted something that they could use long distance and close up. They had the Mark 18 for close in, and then they had the Mark 12 for longer distances. They wanted something that they could use for reconnaissance, and they could make longer shots, but could easily use in the close quarters situations. Now, like I said before, there is no real RECCE rifle, except for people that use them for terms for their firearms, like BCM. BCMs aren't RECCE rifles, that's just the name that they gave their uppers and their firearms. What armorers did to get the RECCE rifle, or what needed to be used for reconnaissance, they took M4s that had telescoping buttstocks and they put optics on them. They would take the scopes that they used on Mark 12s, or they would take Trigicons that had like a fixed power, like 4-power Trigicon. The general idea of the RECCE rifle left the Navy SEALs and went throughout the rest of the military to Special Forces units. Since there is no such thing as a RECCE rifle, it all really came down to preference. It was anywhere from 14.5 inch, 16 or 18 inch barrels. You might find them out there for shorter, and you might find them out there for longer. That's generally the lengths that they used for RECCE rifles for the barrels. Optics that are generally used on a RECCE rifle are LPVOs. There are some that use red dots with a magnifier that goes in front of it, and that's cool. I have a video coming up of a magnifier that I'm doing a review on, and hey, on a EOTech with the very small red dot, that's a great option, and I am able to hit out to 450 yards very easily. Another optic that is generally used is an LCAN Spectre. It's great because it's either 1 or 6. Most people that use an LPVO don't even really go in the middle. They go from 1 to 6 or 1 to 8. Like I said, not many people use the middle ranges. Now, the distance, I just said 450 yards. The distance that a RECCE rifle generally is from 0 to 450. And it can go beyond that if needed. But that's generally what you can find on the internet, people saying the distance that a RECCE rifle is used for. Now we're going to go on to the setup of my RECCE rifle. Not much has changed since I did the review of the Geissele URGI upper. It still has the Aero Precision M4 clone lower. If you want to go check out my review of the upper, go on ahead, and I will put it up here, I think, maybe. Or I might throw something down in the description on how to find it, but you can just search Navysooner Geissele URGI and you can find it as well. Now I do have to admit something that I got wrong on my first video of the Geissele URGI, is I said this is a SOP mod stock. It is not a SOP mod stock. It is the B5 Systems Bravo stock. It's like the SOP mod stock, but it doesn't have the tubes that you can put things in. I changed my light to the M2R Warrior Pro, and I took off the pressure pad because I'm having troubles with accidentally pressing pressure pads on my lights, and you don't want to accidentally give your position away. So I have it set to where I can easily come up and press it with my thumb. I've also added the Neo Mag Sentry strap right here, the Neo Mag Sentry strap. If you are in a vehicle or in a situation where you do not have your sling on, the sling can catch on things, so you can stow your sling and it won't catch on nearly as much. When you're ready, you just yank on it and you're good. It's got a magnet here, and I will be doing a review on this later. Let's go ahead and take off the sling so it doesn't get in the way during this review. Now on to my optics. I'm running a primary arms 1:6 scope. It's LPVO, low power variable optic. I put a throw lever here to be able to do transitions between 1:6 or 1 to whatever very easily. The reticle in this firearm is the ACSS Raptor, the 5.56 and 308 drop version. It is also a first focal plane. I chose the first focal plane because it can essentially be a red dot. Now the brightness is lacking on that, so it would be nice if they worked on the brightness of these. But even when the illumination is off, I can still use it as kind of a red dot type situation. First focal plane is meant for being able to do ranging. I can do ranging throughout the different magnification levels, and I can use the bullet drop throughout the different magnification levels. Now here's the issue that I have with that. I believe that second focal plane is much easier to acquire your target because of the way that the reticle is. Reticles in a LPVO on first focal plane are sometimes hard to pick up at the 1 magnification. The reticle is the same size at 1 magnification to 6 magnification if you used a second focal plane. That's easier to be able to pick up your target and use your reticle in close quarters. But you cannot range or use your bullet drop until you have gone to your 6 power. I doubt in a shit hit the fan situation that I will be shooting out to the distances that I need for this, but it is nice to be able to have. It's all theoretical on what's going to happen in a shit hits the fan situation, but I am not personally going to shoot at somebody if I don't think they're a threat. The scope is mounted on a Midwest Industries mount, and it is quick detach. It is very sturdy on there. The reason that I use quick detach is if I lose my 0 on my scope, I can detach it real quick, and I've got my backup iron sights. Now, close quarters at 1, great. Now, if I put it up to 6, close quarters isn't so easy. That being said, I can throw it over if I need to, but if I need to really quickly, I threw on this Holosun 407C here. Yes, it's a Holosun, but these are great optics, and I believe that they are strong as hell. This is the version 2. It has the battery compartment here. I have it set up on a TrueGlow 45-degree mount. Yes, I know TrueGlow's crap, but I'm just testing it out. Don't give me shit. I'm just testing it out. And if I like it, then I'm fucking keeping it. Now on to the muzzle brake. This is the 4-prong that comes with the Geissele URGI. Surefire 4-prong. I might be committing sacrilege and taking this off. I'll have to break the weld, take the pin out, change it out. The reason that I might be changing it out is because I bought a Dead Air Nomad 30. You can do the Nomad 30 for direct thread, and you can get an adapter that uses key mount. I just recently put in for the suppressor, so I've got a long time, but I still went ahead and found a place that had the adapter for the Nomad to be able to use key mount. I know it might be sacrilege, but I don't want to spend another $1,200 on a Surefire, and the Nomad can do 30 caliber, 5.56. The sound suppression isn't as good as a 5.56 can, but I wanted something that could do 30 caliber and 5.56, and the SOCOMs that the Surefires use, you can't do that. Let me point this out. This is how I'm setting up this rifle. I don't give 2 shits if you think it's wrong. This is how I've set it up. This is how I interpret a RECCE rifle. Now, actually, I do give 2 shits. First, most guys that want to give me shit and actually clone their rifles probably shave their pubes and put it on their necks to make it look like they have a beard. They're also usually very, very fat, and they can't masturbate very well because their dicks are so stuck up into their body, so they shove highlighters up their asses to be able to hit their prostate so they can come. Second, again, there's no such thing as a fucking RECCE clone. So if you want to give me shit about it, piss off. Now I'm done with the setup of my RECCE rifle. Join me next time when we talk about Top Gun and why the producers thought it was a good idea to put the throttles in afterburner and then say it's the brakes. Navysooner out. It's really fucking windy today. My Geissele, I have it set it up the RECCE style. Yeah, RECCE style. Y'all should know that there's a difference. Y'all should know that there is no actual RECCE rifle. Alright, we're gonna go 200 yards. $300 yards. 450.